transfers 6, that's like a little less than half of his income. I think it's like 40%. It's going to be a big dip, especially when Terran mules are just kicking in right now. That would put him pretty far behind, especially because this is a really tight timing. Right here, you got to get your 2 queens out, you got to get your link speed going up, you got to have the spine crawler going down. So having that big hit of income isn't going to be good for him. These queens seem slow to me. Was he waiting to see whether or not he would need the money to build like units, to build drones or zerglings? Because here's the spawning pool it completes. His hatcheries, they're both done. Oh, he just doesn't actually have the money for it. That's what I'm talking about the drone transfer. Imagine if he transferred 6 instead of 3. Like, he'd have even less money, in which case his queen would be even more delayed. But that's fine. So it looks like with this build, you have to be really careful about. Let's see, we're just gonna say we're gonna put it here. Be super. We call it anal about mineral stacking, so that your queen timings line up. Awesome, 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 awesome possum. He pulls off 2 at 100 gas, and then he double queens. Obviously, you don't even need that. It's pretty straightforward. Again, he makes the scouting lings from his main. I believe this is because by using the larva in the main, like there's more drones in the main than there are at the natural. So by using the larva in the main, he's gonna have more equal saturation, if that makes sense. Because if he made it at the natural, then suddenly instead of 2 drones here, he has 1 drone, and so there's only 5 at the natural as opposed to the 14 that are already there. So you really do want to watch that. But I already know that, so I'm not gonna write that down. That sick overload overload placement we were talking about. Let's actually see how he deals with this. 2 Marines and an SCV. This is standard one Rex pressure. You'll see he's actually. Oh, this looks like a 1-1-1 build, so it's good to know. But viOlet doesn't know that, because 2 Marines, you get that with the same Reactor Hellion build, so it doesn't really tell him much. These are the scouting lings he made. So these aren't like in response to this. This was just purely, he was going to make them either way. And he has 4 drones. Wow, that's really intelligent. Do you see that? That even the small, he only transferred 3 drones, and that was the perfect amount he needed to defend. Like, even if Kai-Hole was like MVP and he microed this really well, chances are like 4 drones and 2 lings would be able to defend against 2 Marines and an SCV. Obviously it's MVP though, so he'd probably kill everything, but this guy's not MVP, so we don't have to worry about that. So when he transferred 3, transferring 3 drones in addition to number of close patches is perfect for defending 1 Rex pressure, 2 lings plus 3 drones. Hehehe. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna actually pause here, wait about 30 seconds and show a commercial because I haven't yet. Wait a minute, I didn't show a commercial. Oops. Or did I? I can't tell. Oh, okay, I did. Never mind. Brain fart there. Brain fart. Awesome. If I do leave, it's probably because my computer crashed, so bear with me. Bear with me. Alright, back into it. So, Kai-Hole doing the good thing, clearing the watchtowers, always good to do. What's interesting to note here is viOlet has no map vision. I actually lost the 2 lings, but I feel like he doesn't need it. Because of the timing of that pressure, it was just 2 Marines at that timing. I'm actually gonna rewind it and see what timing this was. So 4:30. 4:30, this guy can have two Marines, and at 4:30, Terran, who's I'm actually gonna put this here in timings. This is the ZVP section here. We'll lower it. ZVP. No, not enough room. We'll just put it in a new page. We'll title this as ZVT, and then this is just 1 rax pressure. So it's just is standard barracks timing 12. I know the barracks finishes at 240, but I don't know what supply that is, 12 or 13, whatever. It's standard 1 rax gas pressure equals 2 Marines at your ramp at 4:30 with another on the way. Makes sense. So if you know if this guy has 3 Marines here, then he either got an earlier barracks or map travel time's different. So we're actually going to put this as Yakuris. Shack cross spawns with another on the way. But like obviously if he has 4 Marines, then for sure he's 2-raxing because, or he went for like some weird like 10 barracks or something, because there's no way they can have that many Marines at the time. Because he's been producing out of this barracks the whole time, so it's just literally impossible with that build order. Let me just watch this. I don't want to watch that again. Zerglings are bad, we know. Or at least slowlings. It's interesting to note that he put guys back on gas, but why and when? Why and when? This guy, he always keeps one on gas. I don't know. I don't know. Oops. Always keeps one on gas. Always. Let's see. He's... Still has one on gas. He tries to get the scouting information here, but Kai-Hole kills that Zergling. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in general Zerg stuff. Be super careful about your initial 2 and only 2 scouting lings, because if they die, you have no map vision. TT. As you can see here, viOlet only has this Overlord, which is actually going to provide a lot of information. Based off what he's already seen here and what he scouted in the base previously, he actually has a really good idea of what's happening. So, I do want to see though when he puts on the second guy in gas. Whether it's he puts it on 60 gas, is that because it's because he's putting the spine crawler down? Is it because he's like if he puts the spine crawler down, then you know he doesn't need as much mineral income because he's already made the investment that he was saving for? Or was it because this guy had mined 60 gas and that's just his timing for it? I don't know. There's too many factors going on here. You want to be careful about this. Never have three larvae. That means your hatchery's not actually producing anything from like it's not producing larvae. Larvae spawned every 15 seconds, and at this point it's spawned every 0 seconds. or every infinity seconds because no larva is being produced. But it looks like he's slightly supply blocked, so that's why. That's the reasoning behind it. He gets this third queen as well, so it looks like everything's kind of coming together there. We'll say he puts another drone on gas when he makes his spine slash third queen. Seems good to me. He didn't skip this third overlord for a roach horn or anything, so that's pretty standard. But this third queen seems to be pretty fast. This is actually a really fast queen. I wanna rewind it a bit just to see. We go to the viOlet cam. Puts the creep tumor, and immediately, yeah, okay. So this was all in one sequence. There wasn't like scouting that he saw that changed his decision. This was premeditated. Hopefully. So it's about at 60 gas slash. This is when you make spine plus third queen as well. Put another guy in gas. Another duder in gas. Alright. So that's really straightforward. He actually skips his second inject, I believe. Is this the second inject? Let's just quickly play through it and see how many injects. Bonding pool, another 50 seconds, the queen will come out. 50 seconds. Nope. Alright. So he skips his first inject to get a creep tumor down, which is actually pretty interesting, seeing as he's getting a really fast third queen. But it does make sense because he's probably going to block the ramp with his queen, is what I'm guessing, but he's also not making very many zerglings, if any at all, so that could be the reasoning behind it as well. But that just seems good to me. You probably can't even spend all that larva with that point in time. Skip first larva inject with queen at main and make a main for tumor. Cancer. No, that's probably offensive. Let's go tumor. Probably. So this is actually a 1-1. Oops. This is actually a 1-1-1 build, which it hits. Well, this Hellion's actually kind of late. That's interesting. Okay, it's like a modified 1-1-1. He actually gets an expansion with this instead of the starport, but the Hellion timing seems to be a bit delayed as well. Probably because of the command center he got. But that's fine. Even if this was a reactor Hellion opening, this would hit at the exact same timing. Just the unit composition would be different. There would be 2 Hellions instead of 1 Hellion and 3 Marines and an SCV. But in either case, it's totally fine. Yep. Alright. It's Tercero at wall. Yeah, just like we were talking about, he ends up blocking the ramp with his queen. So that's why he connects with the main, so that he can be double blocked, I suppose, until the spine crawler gets up. He's actually taking a lot more damage than I thought he would. And he's not injecting. I'm not sure if he's saving or if it was just a panic reaction. And his larva usage isn't the best. Really, be really careful about this. Instead of making just like 5 SD, DDD, whatever, just make sure, just kind of keep an eye. Does this hatchery have more than 3 larvae or 3 larvae? Because in either case, they're not producing larvae. And like if he had made these 2 units at down here, then suddenly he'd be in a lot better situation larva-wise. Because he'd just need to make one more larva, and then this hatchery's producing. As it is right now, it's not producing, so that's why. He doesn't pull drones. He's actually just going to sacrifice this third queen, which is interesting. You don't lose mining time from this. You can see he's actually ahead on income despite the fact that Kaihol has mules on the close patches. So that's very interesting. We'll just say We'll put this in